Okay, this is Dee from the Fishing Gardener, and I'm going to talk about some trees that are probably out of the 9B zone, but we're trying them anyway, okay? So first, when you start off with your beginning gardener, you want to go ahead and put trees in that can grow, so you won't get discouraged, that you know will grow in your zone. Then you can go ahead and start testing the limits. And this right here is the ice cream bean tree, right here, okay? So we had to actually, she had to be chopped, and you can see right here where we chopped her. So the cold came and gave her a little wipeout, but she's back. This is still trying to test the zones to see if it's going to make it or not. So one thing I noticed about fruit tree growing is expected unexpected, and don't get upset if the tree that does not grow in your zone doesn't make it. You try everything to get it to grow in your zone. If it doesn't make it, at least you tried, right? It's just like when you go to a job or you meet people, and as soon as they meet you, they automatically in their mind form a character, their own character of what you should be, right? And what hurts us most is when we try to live up to those characteristics that other people set us up for what they think we should be, right? Same thing with the trees. We feel that they should be able to grow in our garden. Jackfruits, that's for, South Florida. But I can't get mad if it doesn't make it. All I can do is try, right? Because this is not made for this environment. So all I can do is try to create an environment for it to grow. And if it doesn't, will I give up? No. If this tree dies, I will continue to grow my trees around it and still try to make as much as a tropical environment as I possibly can. And I'll try it again. And what I usually do is I'll give them 2 tries. And if it doesn't make it, I just move on to something else. Because I can't force a tree to grow in this area if it doesn't want to. So even think about that in life. When you meet people or you're in work and they have all these high expectations of you, and they expect you to, live up to their expectations. And people actually try to live up to other people's expectations. Live up to your expectations. That's hard enough. Don't worry about what other people want you to live up to, because that's a miserable life, right? It doesn't matter what people think you should be. It only matters what you're going to be. It's the same thing with trees, okay? So we can try. That's all we can do is try to see if trees will grow in our zone. And if they don't make it, they don't make it. You tried. Because some people will be able to grow it in a zone. Some people won't. Actually, you'll have trees that you can grow in your zone that still may not be able to make it. That's because we have higher expectations than what's reality, right? So because a citrus grows in Central Florida or whatever areas there may be in Florida, doesn't mean all of the citrus trees will make it in your yard. And it's not failure due to your own, okay? Because if you have the majority of your trees growing nicely and 1 or 2 of them fail, well, you know how to grow something. Sometimes you may have some kind of sickness in a tree that you just could not see when you brought it. So make sure you don't get down if a tree doesn't make it. Continue to garden and be blessed for the trees that do make it. And as you learn to garden, you'll learn to push the limits and you'll continue to try. Just strive for whatever you want to grow in your garden. And we will have to get realistic at times, okay? Because we know, say we wanted to grow a Honeycrisp apple here in 9B Central Florida, and it needs 800 chill hours. That's just saying, right? Hypothetically, it needs 800 chill hours. Well, we know we're not going to get 800 trail hours. So we have to just really be realistic. Are we trying to stretch our expectations too high? So when you are trying to grow out your zone, just be as realistic as you possibly can as far as growing your fruit trees. And go ahead and try to do what you can do and know your grow zones. know your chill hours, know all those for those type of trees, and try to work your way around it and grow, grow, grow. So I want you to get out here and I want you to enjoy your gardening, whether it's vegetable gardening or fruit gardening. Get out here and enjoy it, and don't get frustrated and don't get discouraged about what dies in your yard, because unfortunately everything we put out there is not going to survive. So be ready for some failures, and you will learn from those failures. Do not let it discourage you from growing. Okay, so hopefully I'm bringing a decent message to you this morning. Don't let life discourage you. Live to be what you want to be and not what everybody else wants you to be. Do not live up to other people's expectations. Just like do not expect a tree that needs 700 chill hours to grow in 9B. Okay, so you can have a lot of fun growing here if you're realistic, and you can step out of the bounds, but don't step so far out of the bounds that you're constantly discouraging yourself from growing. Okay, so go ahead and enjoy your gardening and enjoy your life and live for you and garden for you. Have a blessed day. Goodbye.